Hello everyone, this is Perfume Coast, so welcome to my channel. Today I've decided to dedicate this podcast to some fragrances that are strongly associated to me with the drinks that we all love and enjoy. So without further ado, let's jump into the ocean of perfumes. So the first three fragrances will be associations with boozy drinks, and the rest will be all about virgin drinks, that would be non-alcoholic drinks. So the first perfume I'd like to talk about is called Bergamundi by Italian brand Farmacia Annunziata. And as always, let's have a quick look at the notes that Cedro is listing. So on the top we've got bergamot, lime and mandarin orange. In the middle there's orange blossom and magnolia. And finally in the base there's white musk and cedar. So first spray of this perfume gives off tones of booziness, the likes of gin perhaps, and also abundance of sugary sweet citrus of some sort. According to the brand, this perfume is an interpretation of bergamot, so apparently the citrusy part could be this bergamot fruit. So there we have it, our sugary sweet, fizzy bergamot lemonade mixed in with a good dosage of gin. So this boozy lemonade is very realistic, where citrusy part is toned down with sugary sweet faucets. It has this amazing transparency to it, so the imagery that comes to mind instantly is this translucent yellow fizzy cocktail served in a glass with edges decorated with sugar crystals. Beautiful association it is. So next up along similar lines would be the release of another Italian brand, Simone and Andreoli, and this one is called Malibu Party in the Bay. And very quickly, let's have a look at the notes that Cedro is listing on this one. So on the top we've got lime and green accord, in the middle there's coconut nectar and sugar, and finally in the base there's rum and sandalwood. So this one is another beautiful fragrance. So this fragrance is a beautiful olfactory equivalent of mojito with all its usual ingredients and more. So you can smell tones of lime, fresh mint leaves, soda fizziness and boozy Malibu rum. And Malibu rum is of course this coconut liqueur that's often added to a mojito drink. But different from an actual drink, this perfume replica is less linear because closer to dry down, coconut nature gets amplified, whilst zesty freshness of lime mint accord also stays there till the very end of this fragrance. And when I'm talking the finish line of this perfume, I really mean all day wear, which for the perfume the way it is an amazing and unique quality, of course. Next up we've got yet another similar release, but not at all the same. This one is called Cedro Diamante, and it's by the brand Perris Monte Carlo. And once again, let's have a look at the notes that Cedro is listing. So on the top we've got citron, lemon, lime and lemon verbena. In the middle there's ginger, cardamom, Sichuan pepper and pink pepper. And finally in the base says oak moss, musk and iris. So this fragrance smells very much like limoncello to me, which is this strong, thick Italian liqueur, especially common to Neapolitan region and coast. If you've ever visited this region, such places as Ischia or Capri, you can hardly walk a meter even without shops and buildings featuring this gorgeous yellow lemon fruit, which is almost national symbol there. And that's where limoncello is coming from, effectively. It can be consumed on its own, but more often than not, it's added to various drinks and beverages. And this fragrance nicely emulates its essence. So it's zesty, lime and lemon rich, quite boozy and dry. There's a bit of sweetness present in there, but tart bitter accord associated with zesty part sort of overpowers this sweetness. I can also clearly detect ginger in here. So dry nature hints rather at limoncello containing drink or cocktail rather than a liqueur as such. Because liqueur is this, again, utterly sweet drink after all. So here we face with the drink where lemon is mixed in with good dosage of lime and where sweetness is watered down by other additions such as soda and sparkling water perhaps. Not sure whether cocktail like this exists at all, but That's exactly the kind of limoncello based drink that I'm getting here. So next up, is a non-boozy release. As said before, it's called Tonka Cola by the brand Mancera. And this one used to be quite popular, but not anymore. But in any case, let's get reminded of the notes. According to Fragrantica, on the top we've got cinnamon, cherry, Sicilian lemon, nutmeg. In the middle there's Coca-Cola, Indonesian patchouli leaf, and orange blossom. And finally in the base there's tonka bean, vanilla, benzoin, and labdanum. So this fragrance to me is straight what I smell when I open a cola can. You know, this first release of fizzy ambery cola cloud. I can even smell a hint of metallic nature coming from the can itself, perhaps. So this is not a cherry cola or any other sort of twisted cola, but it's rather this classic one that we all know and enjoy from our early years. Again, this cola is fresh, fizzy, and very sweet. It's probably a touch citrusy, as if this cola drink was served in a glass with a bit of lemon to decorate that glass. It's so realistic that it can, easily deliver all the delicious forces to nasal palate that a normal cola drink would. So this way I can, enjoy my olfactory journey without actually consuming cola as a drink with all the calories in it, which of course we should be all mindful of. So next up is yet another release by the brand Mancera. This time it's called Amore Caffe. So very quickly, let's get reminded of the notes that this one is having according to Fragrantica. So this one is very popular, up to date, I think. As far as the notes are concerned, on the top we've got coffee and amaretto. In the middle there's vanilla and ice cream. And finally in the base there's brown sugar, vanilla, and ambergris. So this is, in the world of gourmand coffee drinks, is my most favorite one, perhaps. This is a bright replica of affogato coffee, which is of course the strong espresso coffee with a good dollop of vanilla ice cream. Gorgeous Italian dessert/drink. And again, this association with affogato is so realistic. I'm literally having identical taste sensations simply by using this product as a perfume. Apparently, to me, a major part of taste overall is in the smelling perceptors. But what I'm having here is this strong black coffee base dominated by sweet creamy vanilla. So it's a perfect balance between pungent, slightly bitter coffee accord and creamy, sweet, delicious vanilla. I can also smell a bit of something almost cakey or bready. So probably my affogato coffee, as the case may be very often, is served with a small piece of cookie, perhaps the likes of almondi biscotti. So next up are two interesting releases dedicated to strawberry. So the first one is called Burberry Her Intense, and it's obviously by the brand Burberry. So very quickly, let's get reminded of the notes of this one, because it used to be popular quite recently. So on the top we've got wild strawberry, in the middle there's orange blossom, and finally in the base there's ambroxan. So this perfume to me is a strong association with strawberry yogurt drink, with all the qualities that this drink has. So it's obviously lactonic, moderately sweet, very fruity, and a bit tart in the way that quark/cottage cheese dairy product is. It also has a bit of fizziness to it, which can also be characteristic of fruit yogurt drink, especially the one with lactonic bifidobacteria, perhaps, which amplifies this slightly sour side of this drink. Very well-rounded, strawberry-forward yogurt drink-like fragrance that doesn't have any spikes or rough edges to it, which altogether makes this release gourmandy, but at the same time very perfumey, and this way quite wearable as a beautiful fruity fragrance. And so to pair this one with would be yet another strawberry forward release, this one by the brand Kayali, and it's called Boujee Marshmallow. And of course, as always, let's get reminded of this popular one. So in terms of the notes, what we have here is freesia, Italian lemon, nectarine blossom and apple on the top. In the middle we have marshmallow, strawberry, coconut and orange blossom. And finally in the base is whipped cream, sugar, vanilla, musk, strawberry and ambroxan. So this one is very often compared to the previous one, of course, but to me the only feature that connects them is basically distinct and natural strawberry. Yes, this one also has a lactonic accord, but here this accord is a lot stronger, not the likes of tart yogurt, but rather totally sweet strawberry ice cream derivative in a liquid form, which is effectively exactly what strawberry milkshake is. And that's exactly what this fragrance strongly reminds me of. So it's again your very sweet, very creamy, thick strawberry milkshake without a hint of sourness. So if you're someone who is not a big fan of strong gourmands, this one would probably not be for you. Alternatively, this is a really beautiful strong gourmand scent to test out. But that's it, guys. This wraps up the video. If you liked this video, please give it a like. Please consider subscribing and sharing your comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.